people change? How many lives are living strange? Where are you? I'll be getting higher. We were getting higher. We were getting higher. We were getting higher. We were getting higher. I don't feel as if I know you. Take up my time. Aw, you wish, huh? Aw, okay, I know. Sorry, baby. Side of the road, and just as the sky turned black, I took a walk with my fame down memory lane. I never did find my way back. You know, slip inside the eye of your mind. Don't you know you might find a better place to play? You said that you've never been, and all the things that you've seen slowly fade away. So I started a revolution from my bed, 'cause you set the brains I had into my head. Step outside in summertime's in bloom. Stand up beside the fireplace and take that look from off your face. You ain't ever gonna burn my heart out. as we're walking on by. The soul slides away, but don't look back in anger. I heard you say. And so Sally can wait. She knows it's too late as we're walking on by. My soul slides away, but don't look back in anger. Don't look back in anger. I heard you say. At least not today. Oh my god, that's so cool. I love that. Wow, that's awesome. I'm proud of you for being a senior. I'm sorry that this year is probably going to be kind of crazy because of the coronavirus. Dude, that's so cool. I mean, it's crazy because to me, the stuff I found in 8th grade, I still like a lot of the music I found in 8th grade was really formative for me. That's when I became, that's when I became like that's when I became like into music, 8th grade, and I discovered like all these bands, and it's like it was when everything for me changed. Yeah, school's like just ride with my soul by the side of the road. Okay, can you like this stream? Yeah, like the stuff I liked in 8th grade, okay, like some I grew out of, but then it definitely like changed, like it made me, I don't know how to explain it, but it made me like, that's when I started liking stuff that was like not just on the radio, I guess. 8th grade. I remember thinking like I was so cool because I had the internet. I'm also older than you, so like the internet was like more of a big deal. I remember like thinking, oh my god, like I'd find stuff on there, like bands, and like nobody knew who they were at school. And I thought that was like, I don't know, like I just don't know why people aren't like that anymore. Like everybody just wants to like shit that's already popular. I remember like when I was younger, I found all this music, I couldn't believe it. I was like, whoa, what? Like, I don't know, it's weird because that was a way different time. That was before indie was popular. Now indie's like a market of money. That was before that. But this is my Oasis book.
Yeah, exactly. It's like different now. I've been in quarantine like fucking forever, I feel like. Because I've been doing it longer since they said. Fuck yeah, I should've. I flew, like I'm in New York State. I flew here from like New York State. I flew here before it got really bad, but still I didn't want to fly here because I was like scared, but I had to because I had court, like a ticket for, it wasn't like oxygen, it was like court for like a ticket, and it told me if I didn't go that I would get my driver's license revoked. And I was like, oh my god, and the DMV was really hard to get a hold of, so I flew here, and then it was crazy because usually at JFK airport, that's where I flew into. Like usually I would take the subway to either the train station or the bus stop, but I didn't take the subway because I was already freaked out about this. This was like March 10th? No. I don't even know. It was before there was a lockdown for sure. But usually I went to Port Authority, and usually that place is packed. It's a bus stop. There was like barely anyone there. I bought a mask and I had gloves on too when I flew here. I was like freaked out, and I didn't have a bandana around my face. And then I took the bus. So I was on a lot of, okay, instead of taking the subway, which I would have always done, I didn't because I was scared about the coronavirus. So I took a taxi to the fucking, a taxi's so expensive. I took a taxi to the bus stop instead of taking the subway, which was like such a big price difference. I only did that because I was like, I don't want to ride on the subway, which I'm glad I didn't. And then as soon as I got back here after I went to court, I just like have been in quarantine. Yeah, I was scared. I really was, but it's like I had to get to the court. I couldn't get a hold of them. It was just like a nightmare. It was like shitty. So it's like but I mean, I've been in my house since like way over a month. So if I did get it, I was asymptomatic. But I haven't gotten tested, but I haven't gone out. I'm in New York. I don't want to go out. We're like the epicenter of it, It's like the people here are taking it way too lightly. I'm in New York's upstate. It's like I live on the street where I could see people that walk by all the time. And there's always people like out there like running by and shit. It pisses me off. It's like, you guys are fucking idiots. We live in New York. Like, what do you understand about a goddamn virus? Are you that stupid? Like, I'm just like fed up. It's like 2 hours away. Not very far. A few people, all they have to do is come up here and spread the virus. Like, you guys are idiots. Thank God now they made it so you have to wear a mask, bare minimum. But it's like, it's just idiotic. Like, like I'm not even good at science at all. I was like my worst subject at school, but like I can understand the basic science of shit when you look at the virus chart and understand how it spreads. They explain it pretty basic. Isn't it like, and I have this really big window, so I have like access to this. It's like annoying. I have a sign in my window. It has like, there's a sign in the window too. There's one that says, it has like the whistleblower, the doctor, that China tried to silence the CCP. Exactly. If they just did it, it would end faster. They're like, I want to go out now. It's like, you guys are idiots. Well, on my window, I have a picture of the whistleblower, the doctor, and it says like wear a mask or something, or go in. I forgot what it says. It wrote on there. I forgot, wear a mask, or coronavirus is real, go inside, or something like something crazy like that. I also have another sign that says soap, stop the spread of coronavirus. It's like in the other window by where the mail comes. I mean, I'm bored here, so I made these signs. That's what's happened. I got inspired because I saw this street art and I was like, there's always people coming by my fucking window. Maybe they'll see one of these signs. Hey, idiots, go look up one of the videos of how. Yeah, I'm like, maybe one of these idiots. I think it worked because my neighbor, I saw them with like a mask on next time. Because when you watch the thing about it, it like stays in the air. It's not fair to other people. Like, it's like they're just like, people are running by like coughing in front of my house. It's like, yuck. I don't even want to go outside. Like, I feel like it sucks. I wish I could feel comfortable. That's how paranoid I am. I don't trust any of the info we're getting either about this at all. I mean, like, I take everything they say, like, whatever they tell us, I assume it's like 10 times worse. They're all liars, everybody. I don't think that I just don't trust any of it. So I don't know how dangerous, spreadable it is. Like, how the hell do I know it's true? They're all liars. Who is liars? Trump, they're all liars. It's like, how do I know this isn't like some man-made chemical war or something that got messed up? I don't know. Like, it could be an option. Sorry. The Wuhan lab of virology is in Wuhan, where it was discovered. It's like, not only that, but we had a whole fund going towards helping, learning how to vivisect. That's true, but it's also confusing because a lot of people are lying about it. Like, it's like, I personally hate WHO. You know, I do not like WHO, and so it's like Trump denouncing WHO. I agree with him. I don't like Trump, but it's like, you know what? I agree with him, like, defunding WHO. Fuck WHO. I don't think we should be giving them our money. Like, that's just my opinion. Like, whatever. Like, people are gonna get mad about it, like, their own opinions. It's like, who fucking contained this, lied, covers up China's ass all the time. You know what? You know, as a huge combative rate in Taiwan. They fucking have like a very low percentage of people who've died of the coronavirus, and WHO won't allow them in because Taiwan is a threat to China, the CCP, because China wants to own Taiwan and doesn't want them to be their own country. Okay, so it's like the WHO won't even let Taiwan into the fucking organization when Taiwan could actually help the world because they like are bordering China and they contained the virus. Like, not only that, it seems like WHO even wanted to kill Taiwan, in my opinion. They told Taiwan not to wear masks. And they also told Taiwan, like, reason why Taiwan combated it so well is because they heard a rumor about a virus in China, and they started locking down immediately in January. They were like, fuck that. And China was like, no, we're fine. There's no virus. And WHO even was like, no, it's all good. Taiwan, everything's chill. It's not deadly. And Taiwan didn't listen to WHO or China. Okay, and they like have the lowest amount. Yeah, look it up. It's crazy. Okay, so Taiwan, to me, I think they're really badass. They're like freedom fighter people. I think, like, imagine being over there too, and like they just seem like badass people. Like, their country, I don't know, to me, after reading about all this, it made me think they were like really smart and like badass. Also, because they dealt with SARS before, that's why. Because Taiwan dealt with SARS epidemic, so they learned a lot from Okay, so I had been researching this shit way before it came to the U.S. because like I knew it was gonna come here, so I started looking into it, and then I knew it was deeper than just. And so I inevitably started learning a lot about China and learning about like, yeah, like the CCP and like about Hong Kong and then about Taiwan and about the virus outbreak. This is before it even came here, so I learned a lot of tips by reading about Taiwan, about how they virus-proof stuff, I guess, like the advice. So that's why I never listen to the media here really that much. Like, I do too, but also I'd look at international news. Like, when I read some of their ideas, people from Taiwan, it's like, I'd rather take their idea. like than other people's. Like it made me question everything, you know? It's like because like who is an organization that they fucking still have a tweet up saying that coronavirus isn't transmittable human to human contact on their Twitter from like January 18th. Like they fucking have a tweet up still saying no, I know they're not. No, they're definitely not testing them. And they also don't want to admit their real numbers because it makes them look like weak, quote unquote, to their enemies, okay? Like, it's like what I heard too is that in Iran, they just like don't, you know, it's like a way to, they don't want to look like, you know what I mean? Like the male ego, like, sorry, but a lot of these countries are ran by men, okay? Pride, men, ego. It's like fucking a bunch of them are like, don't want to, so go, I don't want to seem like weak. Like, they don't want to let everyone know the high death count. Also, a lot of these countries, like, oh yeah. Oh, it's a pandemic? You think so? How could it be on a global scale this well? I mean, it does seem like it. Yeah, it's like just all these people, like, it's like I thought about that and I was like, man, if women actually ruled a bunch of stuff, we would have, I mean, it sounds crazy. I know not all women are nice, but we've never had a world where women ruled everything. So it's like we wouldn't know at all what it would be like. But I feel like we wouldn't have as many of like stuff like this going on with huge pride and ego shit with the men in politics, like cock, like roosters, like kind of shit. It's like I feel like we wouldn't even know because we don't have a bunch of women in charge. But like imagine your moms and your grandmas, and like you know the maternal instinct women have, like, and they if they had more power and control, like I feel like humans would have more rights, and the earth would be like taken care of more because it's like most women have like maternal instincts, like I don't know, like I feel like they do. Maybe that's like sexist or something, but it's not really. It's just like it'd be nice if there were more nurturers like in power, not just like crazy war male alpha energy. I just like I heard that it makes you, someone told me it makes you sterile. Yes, but it's also like destroying people like all over the. Hey, I heard that it makes you sterile. Like somebody told me a rumor that, hey, Momo. I mean, I know all that. That can be true too, but also the virus does exist, whether or not it was man made or fucking from an animal. I don't know. It's like, but it exists. Um, but probably does. Oh yeah, you think it does probably make you sterile? I know. Got me scared thinking that. Like the singer of the Brian Jonestown massacre, Anton, he has it. Okay, he told. I mean, he's kind of dramatic, but I mean, I don't think. Yeah, I think that it's like I don't know if we already have it, but I think that they definitely are not telling us everything because of that. They don't want to freak us out. Like like maybe how deadly it is or something, like, too. I feel like who the hell knows? I don't trust anything. I mean, I do trust them. I'm not like okay, I do trust, like, I look at everything, but I don't blindly believe much. Oh, it's definitely, that's what I mean. It's worse than you think. Like five, I always think whatever they're telling you, just times it by like 10 worse. Yeah, no, it totally makes sense, Michael. Like you're talking that. No, like it's like I agree, and it's I read about like Western our like it's like our like love of freedom is like what will end up killing us, and it's like, and also Western, it's called like Western exceptionalism, like thinking since because we're a Western country that we're so much above Asia or Europe that had to go on a lockdown, or Italy. We're not like them. We're like America. It's like Western exceptionalism, thinking that we're like exceptional above like other countries. Like, bitch, nobody wanted to go on a fucking lockdown. You think everybody wanted to lose money? Like, a lot of these people make money off of shit. Like, you think that all the tech companies and everybody really wants to lose money and stuff? Hey, assholes, like go inside. Like, it's not. It's, you know, the Western exceptionalism of like, I gotta prove a point and be out here. Like, what the fuck, dude? What don't you understand about a virus? Like, I guess you don't understand science at all. Like, it doesn't matter about your political belief is. It's like, it doesn't matter how it got here. It's here right now. So protect yourself. Okay. It's like, me too. But even if so, I think that too. Like the Pope, he said, that's what the Pope thinks. Um, I don't know. Yeah, I know. Oh, how sad. They'll finally know what it's like to be like me and not to get to tour. How sad for all these bands. I'm kidding, but it's kind of funny to me because it's like I don't even have a booking agent and haven't gotten a tour forever. Like all these bands are like complaining about not being able to tour. It's like welcome to like being a musician who doesn't tour. Good luck finding other avenues. Like my resentment towards the establishment goes towards music too. It's like I don't like record labels. I think they're just as evil as the UN and Who. Like to me, they're just smaller scale of evil people. Like, sorry, they do bad shit. It's like some of the labels to get power. They're fucking, if they had more power, they would do just as evil of shit. Like, that's the same. That's why people don't understand my, I won't support bands on a label. I don't know. Would you support a company that does something that is totally against your beliefs? Probably not. Like, people only care about stuff when it, like, is their issue to protest against. It's like, don't ever ask me to support a band on a label that literally tried to silence me, take away my freedom of speech, still tries to slander me, ruin my life, props up all these other musicians and try to ruin my career. Like, there's no way in hell I'm going to support a band on there, especially when none of the bands have even questioned their label and asked them about it. They're all a bunch of pussies. They're all a bunch of boot-looking corporate slaves who think that they're alternative because they're like on an indie label, but actually they like are so like desperate to like get any lick the ass of like the fucking golden calf of like the indie machine. I'm just like, totally. I went on my own rant about other shit now that wasn't even about them. It sucks for everybody. I mean, everyone out of a job, you know, and not even musicians, but like everyone, because it's like a lot of people have to pay the rent. I feel bad. I feel like our government should have enough money to give people a little bit more than. One thing that is good about this is that people are starting to respect essential workers more, or like view, you know, like the grocery shop people and the restaurant workers and essential workers and people who clean for you. Like, I have a lot of friends in those industries. I've been a waitress. I worked in a juice bar where I had to like prep vegetables and cut stuff up and make people's juices. And I worked in, yeah, the I was a waitress, a busser. I worked in a health food store. I worked grocery store, and I'd always have to stock the fridge. And I worked there for like 4 or 5 years before I became a musician, like hardcore. Like I saved up a lot of money. It worked all the time. It's like, so I hope that out of this, people will have more respect for like people who work, normal, or people who's look down on those jobs, like working at the grocery store, or like being a essential worker. It's like a lot of artists have had to have jobs like that to like pay the rent, and it's the only good thing out of this is seeing people like kind of pay more respect for like people who, yeah, like don't take people for granted, assholes. But people also like take these people, like it's like stop making fun of jobs that you think are beneath you. It's like actually like they're the essential jobs, not celebrities. Like the people fucking the nurses, the doctors, and the people getting your food. Well, it shouldn't come out of our taxes. They have enough fucking money in the Federal Reserve to just give it to us. Fuck them. And now that they defunded Hoof $40 million, I'm sick of hearing the excuses. Why does it need to come out of our taxes? It's like, no, it doesn't. They have enough money. That's bullshit. It's just excuses. They have money. They spend money frivolously on dumb shit all the time. War, making stuff. They can afford it. They're fucking cheapskates, and we need to demand more from them. I'm sick of it. It's like my generation. I'm sick of it, dude. This is a tipping point for me. Like millennials already got a shitty start with the recession. Fucking they don't care about facts about global warming. They're fucking idiots. They're evil. Like I really like think that these people are like evil. Mitch McConnell's got to go. He's the one really fucking it up, I feel like. Like, they can fucking give us some money. It's like, McConnell is like the evilest one of them, I think. I think that they will, hopefully. I mean, I think that they have another generation that relates to them. The millennials. I see it in my brother and me. Because, like, my brother and me are, like, have such a big age difference. Like, I'm 15 years older than my brother. He is a teenager. And my brother is super smart, strong, and like, yeah, and he also just sees through the BS super quickly. He's just like, dun dun dun. It's like, yeah, they're very smart, I feel like. And not only that, but I feel like, how to explain it, like us millennials, we had Bush for 8 years and couldn't vote, and it sucked for me. I remember being in high school and hating Bush, and I could never vote, and I hated it. And then, I feel like that will be like the Generation Z, hopefully. Like, not this election, but the next one. Like, I feel like they will, like, help us get a better candidate, like, fucking, because a lot of younger people are gonna be able to vote, and a lot of younger people are fucking just, like, sick of us, like, people, like, wealthy people hoarding all the wealth. Yeah, like, people act like Trump is as bad as Bush. I mean, but, like, Bush was, like, fucking, like, I mean, Trump sucks right now during the coronavirus. Has definitely been his, like, worst right now, but Bush was fucking crazy. Like, we were, like, in the Iraq war. It was, like, and so many people forget about it. I remember very distinctly because I was in 7th grade when 9/11 happened. And I remember not, like, my stepdad's a pilot for American Airlines, and he always flew that flight to New York from LA, okay? He's been in that airplane that hit the Twin Towers. My stepdad flew that, he's flown it. Okay, so it's like, we woke up and his daughter called freaking out, being like, "Is Devin home?" And like, she didn't know if he was on that plane flying, okay? Because Devin just flown that plane and he like wasn't on it. But I didn't really understand the gravity of like what was going on. I was like younger. Everyone was like freaking out. And then I had to go to school. And I remember just like at school, we're like watching the World Trade Center fall and then like going into the field and having, I don't know, it's just a very weird memory. Especially because of my like stepdad, my dad being a pilot, and how that's how I heard about it in the morning, getting woken up about somebody thinking he was on the flight. Okay, like that's pretty traumatic for like a young person. When I think back on it and I read about millennials, it makes me feel not as like as much of a failure, I guess. There's a lot of expectations on people. Yeah, see, you're okay. I was like at a age where it was like, like middle school. You remember middle school very distinctly. Aw, maybe. Where you send me something. Or at least I remember middle school distinctly, and it was just a nightmare, I guess. After that, it was just like, right? I know. It's like it wasn't until later that I realized that more. That's what I mean. Like when I read stuff about millennials, it makes me feel not as alone, because like some of the things, it's like it'll be like, oh, you like had a late start in life. I feel that way about me. It's like it says this about all the shit I read about millennials. So it's like not just, it made me feel like, okay, I guess it's not just me. It's like reading things about millennials. It's like, like, well, because we historically entered the job market at the worst time in American history. We're the first generation to make less than our parents and everybody else before us. Like, we make way less than Generation X, every boomers. Like, we have like a very small chance of having retirement or owning property. Like, just the shit that it says about us, it's like very grim, okay? Like, because of the 9/11, the two economy crashes. Okay, the first economy crash, this economy crash, inheriting the earth with global warming, um, bunch of things, okay? It's like, and then saying how we can't, like, a lot of our parents will be like, we had a job, we were married and had kids at your age. It's like, cool, we have to work, we'll be like, we have to work 3 jobs. Your parent will be like, work 4. It's like, isn't the same back then. It's not the same now. Like, people could work back then, like 30 or 40 years ago, and survive and get a house maybe with the same amount of money that now there's no way in hell you could do that with, okay? And also, they bought up the fucking whole, all the older people bought up the houses, and we just have to be slaves and pay rent to them. Okay, all the wealth is equal. Fucking look at a chart. It's all with older people, and the millennials are the backbone. Yeah, well, I read a thing being like, we're the people, millennials and Generation Z, even and X, are the ones who are like the nurses on the front lines of like the coronavirus and stuff. It's like, who are doing all the work and stuff. They always talk shit about us, but it's like, it's annoying too, because they always just say everyone's a millennial who's young. It's like, bitch, no, they're not. It's actually a time. It's actually a certain time frame. It's not like young people. Like, young people aren't millennials. Like, being 18 or 19 doesn't make you a millennial. I feel like people just say that about stuff casually. There's like, it's like about any young person. But yeah, like stuff like that where it's like, oh, I had this by your age, like a lot of millennials are like, how the hell are we ever going to be able to afford to own a house? Or like, unless you have like already have a lot of money to begin with, or like, especially now, look at the economy. Like, I mean, I'm not somebody who's like, open the economy. I care about more about my life. But I'm just saying though, that it's like that too, on top of it, it's just like, shit's gotta change. These people, they just gotta go. It's too much. Nice. It's awesome. When are you gonna go? It's a warning here for me. It freaks me out, like what the virus, like what it looks like, you know? Hey, why? What is it saying? He's getting deleted. Why? What's it saying? Oh my god, it's big. It's like muting you because you're talking about that. It's ridiculous.